All right, everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Free Throws. I'm Coach Kenya, and I'm here with Wayno. And Wayno, why don't you just break it down what the free throws is? I know we've been here for how many weeks now? It's been a minute.
2 months.
Few months.
2 months.
Right?
Yeah. Free throws is just, it's a platform that we created to give just insight and advice to anybody who's on the up and up circuit, no matter if it's business, no matter, if it's life or just confidence. Like, we here for you. Free throws is just something that we wanted to do to give back to the community, no matter what community you may be from. And it's just to exchange dialogue and conversation. And hopefully me and Kenya can suggest, however we can help, by giving guidance.
Mm-hmm. And how we can all help each other as a community. Because I know one of the things that I know I've been in experience is just being home by myself. It's good to have other energy to kind of bounce some ideas off of, so you don't feel like you're secluded and you're by yourself. So that was also part of what we were trying to do during quarantine. And it's turned into this nice group of people who keep showing us love every week and coming back and sharing their stories of success and coming back and learning more. So we appreciate y'all and, our mission to keep this going. So we have somebody new to Free Throws today. I don't want to mess up your name, but so I'm gonna let you give your name. I'm gonna unmute you, and then you can give us your handle, and then you can give us your question.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Topher Strange, a man by many names. Essentially, I'm very interested in the best way to share music, not in the way of hey, buy my product, but can you listen to this as a manager, as a DJ, as a radio personality, as anybody? How do you share your music or your content in the best way without kind of invading anybody's privacy, but also wanting to make sure that you believe in your product?
I mean, we get that question a lot. I don't think it's so much about privacy, only because it's like, if they ain't got a private page or private social media, then, they're open to all, you open all incoming things. Now, whether they choose to check it or not is another thing. This is your first time on Free Throws, correct?
Yes, sir. And we did a live before, so you told me to look out for this, and here I am.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the thing about I think that just it's just coming up with unique ways to get your message out there. I see this question kind of recur as to it kind of relates back to how to get attention or new eyes and ears, excuse me, on your product. And I think that it's just upon relying, it's really about relying on new ways of thinking. Of course, a DM is the fastest way, a tweet is the fastest way, but what's a new way that you haven't seen done? I think sometimes you got to just take a step back and be a consumer for a bit and see, some of the ways people get attention. Today, it's so funny you asked this question, because today it's some artist, I don't even know. I followed the kid today. I don't even know what his name is. I just know he had this song, my man Honorable Cino, he's a producer, and he posted him. And
shout out.
Yeah, he's the kid was he was real skinny, but he had a do-rag on. He had all these safety pins on his. He was singing about, it's crazy because he was singing about somebody being a jive turkey. I don't know if that was the name of the song, Jive Turkey, but I went on his page and all his he does all these videos in front of one of these in front of these the same type of backdrop, and then he tells people, if you could guess the password to this song, I'll give you the whole song. And he doesn't have all the views in the world. Every video had 25,000, maybe 30,000. I seen the most, but it just was really unique. And he did a little thing, and he was he talks like he's from the 70s. He was man, they asked me, hey man, why do you wear spikes on your boots? And he'd be like, man, cause I'm in the ground. He just had these different. It just was shit that I never seen before, and it was entertaining. So I was like, let me follow this kid just so I can see what's up. You know what I mean? But he probably don't know that I followed him or nothing. But it's it just was different. Yeah, I mean, it just was different. everybody, as I'm saying, like everybody raps, everybody does music, everybody does content. You got to just figure out your way how to stand out. I did a IG live today, and I equated, the music game. I said, there's more ocean than there is land on the earth. And I'm like, now imagine this. You say the ocean is the game. You just a raindrop. So how do you, like, where do you land? Like, you got to be a hell of a raindrop, right? Like,
come on, God, wow.
You got to be a hell of a raindrop. So it's just like, I just suggest that you just like think a little bit out the box. Don't do anything that's gonna you feel with I would never tell you to do anything to compromise your integrity or to put yourself in a position to do some goofy, silly shit. And as men and women, we ain't gonna do nothing that's gonna take us off of our course. But I think that you just gotta find unique ways as to how to do it. Like in Kenya, you probably seen this. That's another guy. You seen a guy that did the joint, and it was like the close-up shot of his face, and he was like, "I need y'all to arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor," right?
Yeah, Toby.
I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was an artist. Like that was the first time I seen him, and then like he got a few other videos that I seen and came out. I'm like, yo, this dude is type dope, but it's like
you might want to call him, bro.
I mean, the thing is that he used his platform. Yeah. Not just like he used his platform to speak about Breonna Taylor in a very, very unique and dope way. But I just think the way that he does like his videos and how he rolls it out on his page is like, that's what makes people excited. It's like, yo, what's this? Like, it's all about shareship. So if you could get a person to just hit that arrow, like, yo, look at this. Like, you know what I mean? You just got to think of unique ways and invest into that type of shit to make it go,
The other thing that I don't see a lot too, Wayno, and maybe you can answer this question from the label side, is like, I had artists reach out to me a couple weeks ago who was, I want to get my stuff played on the radio. How do I get my stuff played on the radio? And typically, like, the whole process, like we go through the label and there's this whole thing, like how things get aired out, right? But I see very little, or at least I hear very little artists using or purchasing like ad space to promote their music, right? So I think people get so caught up on trying to get their song on the radio, not realizing that there is a way with radio for you to get ad space where as long as there's, you can only play a certain clip of the song. I think it's up to 15 seconds in a 60-second commercial where you can, tease the song. But like, I don't hear that a lot. And I hear so many people who are like, oh, I want to get on the radio. I want to get my song played. But like, I feel like that's a way to get your music out there. And yeah, it's not the full song, but like how else, besides the
people, all you need is 5 seconds to Shazam something.
Right. Exactly.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, the thing is like, a lot of the stuff the information that me and you are privy to, I mean, I guess that's why we get people that come on free throws all the time, because a lot of people don't know any of these things, So again, like, this is just a testament as to why we do this, because, I know the frustration of like trying to get in and like trying to figure out a way. And it seems like you feel a little bit helpless. It's like, you feel like you've tried everything, but, just keep going,
Yeah.
And Topher, like, I think, just try some unique ways, man. Like, I see you got dreads, like, it might be, for real. I always give people all types of suggestions when they on here, but it's like, it might be you doing a hair tutorial that turns into your song. Like, I'm just keeping it like, yo, bro, it's all types of ways that catch attention now. It's not the old conventional way of, let me drop the single and, drop the video. It's like, man, you got to do some shit,
Facts.
Yeah. Facts. So, I mean, I hope that was helpful for you.
Nah, helpful in opening my mind to just stepping back and looking at the world, so to speak. So thank you both for your both perspectives, because they helped me out tremendously already.
No, for sure.
No problem,
and look into the radio thing. And I'm not just saying that because I work at a radio station. People think radio is expensive. It can be, but you can get spots in the overnights as little as like $50. So why would you not spend $50 on a 60-second spot to get, there's an audience everywhere, right? Everybody's not listening to the radio 9 to 5 or 6 to 10, so I just tell people, like, be open-minded and start where you can,
Yes, man. I'm looking at the ads now. You got me thinking that 50 is a nice price. So
I'm throwing numbers out there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's around that, right? Even if it's 100, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
There's a way for you to legitimately get your music out there and stay within obviously the FCC guidelines,
Yes.
why not? You know,
Yeah.
why not?
It's an investment. It's an
All right,
investment.
cool. Well, thank you very much. You can stick around for the rest of the conversation. We always welcome that because you never know who's going to be on here to connect to. And I'm going to move down to, who was Marquise? I'm going to go to Marquise.
That's me. That's me. Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I'm a little late, but yeah, I'm good.
It's okay. You're here.
Yeah.
So what's
Yeah.
your question? What's your question? Well, first of all, give us your Instagram handle and then give us your question.
Oh yeah. Well, my Instagram handle is pattern shifter. Pattern spelled PATTERN and shifter SHIFTER. Yeah, I'm actually a fan of Everyday Struggle. You know, I watch Wayno Academics go back and forth all the time and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, for real.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, nah, y'all niggas is funny. Yeah, I'm glad they got somebody like you that can like combat act, because he's like in like the internet world. So it's like two people from like different perspectives going back and forth.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm like a kind of like an upcoming content creator and stuff like that. You know, I haven't dropped anything yet. I just been like doing like I'm very like articulate with everything. So I've been like writing out different like ideas and stuff. I started using the quarantine free time to like start getting more into like entrepreneurship, because we at home for like what 6 months and you don't really got nothing to do. I started like after the whole George Floyd thing, I started reading more into like real African American books about like the Willie Lynch letters and like deep history that they don't even talk about in school and stuff like that. So that's what I kind of want to talk about on like my podcast and my YouTube channel, and real like history that they want to like censor in school to kind of like keep like black minds from like educating themselves to get to the level where we can like be like the new people, like the new elite, and like the Malcolm X's or like the Khalid Muhammad's and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your question?
Oh yeah, my question was do y'all think that Christian Dior and other brand designers are using Pop Smoke's death for like brand promotion? I don't know if it's like just me, but like I did like a poll on my Instagram and everybody was like, I might be on to something, because like ever since Pop Smoke made that Dior song, it's like I started seeing more people like wearing more like Christian Dior, and just even like with the whole To Virgil thing.
I mean,
I don't know if it's just
listen,
the music.
it's not that they using them. That's the problem with our people. We promote all types of brands that don't give a fuck about us. It's not like they needed him to do that. You know what I mean? They didn't need him to do that. Like the same way we promote Gucci, but soon as another black man start their own line, everybody want to down him and say this shit is trash. If a black man starts a foreign line or something like that, all they're gonna do is try to downplay it. But yet, a person to spend the amount of money on some sneakers just to say that they came from Italy, yet they've never been to Italy. You know what I mean? And the shoes is usually made in China anyway. So it's like, that's just how people is. I don't think that they're using him. I mean, it's just the fact of the matter. We identify with we identify our success with price points. We identify we wear our success. You know what I mean? A black man that's a millionaire that don't got a shiny watch on is not as appeasing to a young man as the one who does, that only might have $10,000 to his name. You know what I'm saying? So that's just life.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, and here's a little statistic for you to Wayno's point. We as a culture don't necessarily put ourselves in the best financial position. However, the reason why we're marketed to so much by brands is because we have the most spending power. So African Americans make up almost, I think it's over 90% of the spending power, which is a lot, right? But that just goes to show you how brands speak to us. They count on us to spend our last amount of money on some sneakers we can't afford when we don't have money saved in the bank, or our rent money on so we're marketed to on purpose, right? So I think it's something to be said about what you're saying and how, you know, we relate to things and how we, you know, and I think too, from a marketing perspective, you know, I think about what, you know, Wayno was saying about Gucci. I think there's a way to flip it too on a brand. Like, I think there's a way to leverage the notoriety of a brand to make yourself more viable too. I just think you have to be able to be really clever and crafty about it. But, you know, the fact that we have the most spending power, but we don't have, you know, what we need investment wise in our own brands, and it's just, it's crazy. But we have to do something about that.
Yeah, we give all these brands power. Think about it. Like, now the thing is, if Pop Smoke was rapping about his own brand, like if he was rapping about his own brand, people wouldn't take to it like that. Because again, we identify, oh, like a $2,500 sneaker must mean that you're doing right in life. You know what I mean? Like, that's how people identify shit. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and that ain't gonna change no time soon.
And you can correct me, I might be wrong about this, but you know, I'm not privy to this information. I don't believe he got a check from mentioning.
Yeah, I don't know. He ain't get no fucking check.
That was my whole point. Because I got friends.
No, but they don't have. But see, that's the thing. They don't have to give it. Like,
they don't have. Yeah, that's what I be telling them.
Listen, you could rap. Listen, if you rap about McDonald's, like, you could. All right, look, I'll give you another example, because I know Future's manager. Future, you know how much money Future made Sprite?
Yeah.
How much money? No, listen. You know how much money?
Sprite too?
Listen, do you know how much money? You know how many niggas bought Sprite because they wanted to pour lean in it? Because of Future? End of the day, I love Future's music, but what he's promoting? Promoting drug usage. You know what I mean? Now, he made Sprite so much money. The downside to it was Sprite can't even do business with him on no level.
Damn.
So why are you making them? And Sprite, they do a lot of shit with, like, what they would call urban, but you can't, like, they can't. You know what I mean? Like, he can't even do me, because what are you promoting? Drinking, popping pills and drinking lean. So it's like, you know, a lot of that's what I'm saying. We promote all this shit that we never make a dime off of, but the shit that we can make dimes off of, we don't blow that shit up. Let a black man tomorrow come say that he's starting his own version of Instagram. All everybody gonna say is that ain't Instagram. But you don't even know what the nigga who made Instagram look like. He don't look like you. He don't look like you. He don't look like me. He don't look like your father, your mother, or your cousin.
Wayno, quick question. This is another question, but I don't know if
I'm sorry, bro. We gotta. That's it.
Oh, sorry. Oh, then sorry.
Because we ain't even, like, the conversation we have it is not even free throws for real. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
It's okay, but it was a good conversation.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to keep it going, but I know I'm on.
It's okay.
On this
this ain't EDS, man. This ain't EDS.
Oh, sorry. My fault.
It's all good though. It's all good.
No, but good commentary.
Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you, man.
Stick around for sure.
Yeah, I stick around. Yeah.
Stick around. We're gonna move on to. We're gonna move on to Deji. I'm gonna mess your name up, man. I'm sorry. You were on here before. You cook or you bake? I remember.
Yeah, I like baking. Yeah.
Yes, I remember. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Wait, sorry, I have a notification. But thanks for having me on again.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, so my question is basically because, like, I'm gonna make a project around December. So, like, I started working on it already. It's like Christmas themes. I want to, like, get all of the things, like, done now. But, like, when it comes to ownership versus the creative direction of what I'm trying to make. For example, it has a lot of, like, you see, like, samples from the 90s and stuff, like R&B and stuff. There's a lot of these type of beats in there as well. But, like, that's part of the vibe I'm going for. But at the same time, I know if I use these samples, then I wouldn't be able to own it, because people are going to come for, like, sample clearance, things like that as well. So, like, what would you suggest in that case?
I mean, not necessarily come for it. Like, don't monetize it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't monetize it. Like, you can use samples and all of that. Like, you gotta remember, bro, like, you're not a signed artist. Like, you could really, like, we're in a space and time where you could really use what you want. The thing about it is like, you know, if it does pop off, then you can't use it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's a bad idea to, like, you know, if you want to do something creatively, don't worry about the business within it. Just do it. You I mean, like, and I'm not downplaying it, but like, bro, if you could get the attention of a big company because you sampled their shit, then like you got to leverage that and use that for whatever you could use it for. You know what I'm saying? But don't hold yourself back creatively because you scared of somebody coming after you. Just don't monetize it. Put it on
Yeah.
YouTube. Don't monetize it. Put it on what's the name? On SoundCloud or whatever. You know what I mean? Just don't monetize it. Make sure that you're not making no money off of it. But you should still be able to do it.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is a quick question, that one.
Huh?
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was it, Desi? All right, no problem,
Yeah,
man. We
yeah,
appreciate
exactly.
you. Keep checking back in with us. Let us know how you doing.
Yeah, I will do. Thanks.
All right,
Thanks.
Desi. No problem.
All right, so I'm gonna get to my guy, Frank. Frank, how's it going? I hope you're back with some lollipops, Frank. You there? Yeah,
You're
we
on
can't
mute.
hear you. Hold on.
You're on mute.
Okay. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah, how y'all doing today?
We're
All
great.
right.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. I appreciate y'all having me back on and stuff.
No problem.
Yeah, yeah. So my question is a pretty simple question. I just wanted to know, like, in your business or whatever and stuff, like, when is the best time to try to start like an LLC? Like, if you're not, I guess, making the kind of production that you want as far as like selling as much as you want or whatever and stuff, like what type of analytics do you use to just go and say, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and register my business as an LLC?
You don't need. I'm sorry, but finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. Just like what analytics like do you use to start an LLC?
Oh, you don't need no analytics for that. You can start your LLC whenever you feel like it. Like it's not a, like the thing is like with starting LLCs, a lot of people think it's this like super complicated process. It's really not. You can go on LLC.com. That's why I got 2 LLCs, and that's where I got mine from. And I use them for business. Like you go on LLC.com to start the basic one. You know what I mean? The most basic one with it costs about $500, like $525. That will give you your EIN number, so you get your tax ID. If you do, you can take that to a bank and get a business account. You go get a business account with that. When you start making, hey Topher, could you mute yourself, please?
My bad. I had something I wanted to say real quick to brother.
But could you mute yourself, please?
Hold on 1 second.
Thank you. So when you and listen, if y'all want to talk, y'all could talk after in the chat. Like y'all could talk within the chat. That's what the chat is for. It is for y'all to connect. But what I was saying, Frank, is you can start an LLC at a minimum base from LLC.com. If you start making money, like I said, you could go get a business bank account. You could start establishing business credit, with a business bank account, all of that type of stuff. But you don't need analytics to get the business name. Now, when you go to trade market, that's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother service, a whole nother fee, and you can get that information from LLC.com as well. But you can get the basics from LLC.com. You know what I mean? But you don't have to wait to do something like that. Even if you want to take, like, if you're making, like, let's say from LLC, let's say you get your LLC, and I don't know if you work in a job or not, but if you're working a job and you're like, yo, I want to just start putting money into my company account, you could just take money from your company account and start putting it over there. You know what I mean? Start putting that money over there, just so that when you start to spend the money from the business account, you can start expensing it.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have all my stuff copyrighted, like all my characters and design and stuff is copyrighted. I just didn't know
Go get your LLC then, man. It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times, and social media does that because you see now it's become a thing since B. Simone said she wouldn't date a 9-to-5 guy. They came up with this whole LLC Twitter for the people who have businesses and the people who have 9-to-5s. So a lot of people get get discouraged by that and say, oh, well, I can't, like, it must be this crazy thing to get an LLC. But the first LLC I did was 10 years ago, and I did it from LLC.com. It's really not a tough process, and it's like, even when you get on the website, if there's questions that you have, you can call like customer service, and they'll break everything down to you, because you could do an LLC, you can do a corporation, all of that. You know what I mean? There's different prices and different services for whatever it is you want.
Okay,
And
okay.
it,
I
and it
appreciate it.
also allows you to get minority owned certified. So I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but when you are, it depends on what state you're in too. When you're a minority certified business, you get access to specific contracts because certain companies get rewarded for doing business with a minority owned certified business, right? So they get a certain tax write-off. So it's an incentive for them to do business with us. So I think things like that are important just because it changes the game. I mean, I've seen people who have companies who start off in a small business who've become millionaires off of getting just minority owned certified. So it's important, and you definitely need an LLC to do that. I'm in the process of right now, I have my family has a construction home improvement company that we're in the process of getting certified. And it's just going to open up to bigger opportunities. So definitely do that for
Okay,
yourself.
I definitely didn't know that. Thanks.
You're
No
welcome.
problem, Frank, man. That's what we're here for. Give out that information.
All right.
All right. So I don't have your name, but you're in the center. It just says iPhone. So
Unmute yourself if you can. You muted.
you should be good to go.
All right. Hello, what's up? My name is Donnie Clips. I watch Everyday Struggle and stuff too, but I really came up on here to see how does a person go about like even joining like Triangle Offense and stuff. Like I've already done big stuff. Like I got a song on Netflix. I work with this label called Position under Universal, but I'm not signed. It was like a single track deal. And right now we still doing more business stuff, but it's kind of going slow. So I've been taking my own little my time to just do stuff myself, like trying to set up videos, trying to set up marketing strategy, business moves. I've already got my brand together and all of that. So I was just trying to see, like, when it comes to your label and stuff, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for things that I can work with that are dope, that I can, you know, monetize and make business out of, you know, things that are different. But I mean, you know, for the most part, you could just send with like whatever music you want to send it to the Offense Triangle Instagram, and
Right.
the person who runs it is going to check it and send it to me. I'm gonna give them a note, you know what I mean, so that they can check it and send it to me and everything, and I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, and like my name was supposed to be up here, but it's like I was having trouble. I've never done this before. Like
It's
it said
all good.
Donnie Clips at first, but then like I had to switch from my laptop to my iPhone.
No, don't, man, don't.
That's
I was
cool.
just teasing you. It's fine. It's not that
All right,
serious.
cool.
Did you give us your Instagram handle though? I don't remember if you said that.
Oh no, it's DONN_Eclipse 23.
Perfect.
Ironically, I've already hit you up and shit before. Like it's crazy. Like, you know, I'm gonna just like do what you said and just
Yeah,
continue
send it through.
watching.
Yeah,
All right, I got
through.
you, bro.
All right, peace.
All right, thank you. All right, so we have
Wayno from Flint.
yes, I'm sorry, I was zoning out for a second. How you doing? You're back.
What's good, man? How y'all doing?
We're doing good. What's going on? Talk to us, brother.
Good, man. After talking with y'all a little bit, man, I realized that the only thing I was really missing was like establishing a team. So pretty much my question is, how did you build your team, and pretty much like what was essential, like with like building your team? Because I know like that's a huge part of like really going out there and pursuing like what you're trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the most part, like I built my team with people who are better than me at doing certain things. You know, I had to like it's a few different facets to my company, but like for day-to-day managers, like I have like the people that I manage on my company, like I handle all of their back-end business, and then I have day-to-day managers that work with them and are delegated the task and handle certain things. It really should be predicated on, you know, somewhat of a trust factor and system. See, for me, you know, everybody says don't trust nobody and all that. I trust everybody, but I trust everybody for different reasons. If you on some bullshit, I trust that you're gonna do that bullshit. So that's where I trust you at, and I leave you in that space. You know, for a person that I need, like when I need things done, it's like Kenya, for instance. Like, you know, Kenya is a person that's on my team, and I ramble a lot, and I have like 20 different ideas at once. So like it'll be a day. Some days I just might call Kenya and just tell her like, yo, I want to do this, that, and the third. And while I can't do it, while I can't do it on myself, what Kenya will do is she'll summarize it and put it in points for me, to where it's like, okay, we have to start here and we end here. So I just understand the timeline and, you know, the logistics and the chronological order of how things need to be done. So I think like for whatever it is that you want to do, because there's a lot that you want to do, right? Over the past couple conversations I had with you, I think that you got to look at certain people and say, okay, well, I'm going to be the focus or the forefront of this. I need this person to do that. I need that person to do this. And you got to trust and delegate those tasks around, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I'll just, you know, piggyback off Wayno. Trust is, I mean, for me, that's the most important thing, right? Loyalty, I'm a ride or die person. So like, I expect the same, like loyalty is big with me. The truth in the matter is you might have to go through some people to find that. That's just how the game goes. You know what I'm saying? But I think once you find people that you can work in accord with, and that share the same vision as you and the same hustle, and you know what I'm saying, and you can really trust each other, then it works out. And you know that, like, I feel like innately you feel that inside, you know, and it might take you know, some tweaking, because as you get to know people, it's not an instant thing, right? It's you have to get on the same frequency. But once you can get to that place and you're able to work as a team, like sky is the limit, you know. And I would just say, you know, one of the things that I did early on too is I would write out on a piece of paper, the qualities that I would want in somebody who I was going to, you know, work with. I think if you know what you're looking for and you write it out and you map it out, it's going to come to you that way, you know, and you'll have some trial and error, but eventually you'll get the discernment to know who you can kind of move with and how you know, just like Wayno was saying, like you'll know how to maneuver. So.
Okay, and then I know I just got one more question pretty much for y'all. Like, so like when did y'all consider yourself like a success? Like people define success differently. Like, was it the wealth or was it like increased free time? Like what made y'all knew like, okay, I'm doing good for myself. Like, you know, like what was that click for y'all? I'm sorry, I got birds. I'm on my.
No, that's okay. I was like, somebody said
all good. It's all good.
Yeah, Papa, you know you got the birds.
For me, it was like success for me is a feeling. It's not necessarily, you know, I would never, I don't feel like success is monetary value, because that's why people don't appreciate the lotto. You know what I mean? Because like you could hit off of $1 and win $350 million that you never had and lose the shit tomorrow because you didn't work for it. So the person that worked for 350 million might have it a little bit longer than the person that just won it by luck, by the strike of luck. So I don't hold success as a monetary thing. I hold success in the position of like, you know, just a feeling of like accomplishing the goals that you set out to do. And I think that those goals, like they're not too low nor too high. Like, you know, I always tell people like you should write out your goals from the ones that you feel is the closest to you to the ones that you feel is like astronomically far away. Because as you start knocking down the smaller ones, you'll get to the bigger goals later. It's all about staying persistent and doing the work. And you know, while you're doing the work, it's hard to like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, it's hard to like keep a straight and narrow view and put your blinders on and to keep going, because there's so many different things that can knock you off your course. But you know, if you position success as a true feeling, like you'll always put yourself in a space of, yo, I just need to do what I set out to do. All the money, all the accolades, trophies, accomplishments, all that comes with you doing what you want to do. So if you can put yourself in a position to do what it is that you want to do, that's when you'll truly be successful. Because all the money and all that would be secondary.
I think for me, and I have not arrived, so I appreciate you even giving me that question because I'm not there yet. I mean, I think I've accomplished some things, right, that I'm proud of, and I'm definitely not where I started. But I think for success for me is being in a position to be able to really help people and empower them. When I get to a place in life where I can hear somebody's vision and I'm able to finance that, you know what I'm saying, and just really sow into other people, that's when I feel like I really have arrived. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Wayno was saying, like, you know, there's things I feel like that have happened that have been great, you know, but I don't care about any of that stuff anymore. I mean, there was a time though when I was a lot younger that, you know, you work towards those superficial things. And I think that just comes with growing up. And, you know, you go through life and I feel like God burns all that stuff out of you so that you can be used in the right way. So for me now, it's more about, you know, getting myself in a place where I'm able to really just sow into other people, because that's what it's about. Like, none of this is about us. Like, none of this is about where we work or who we're around or who we're connected to. It's less about us and more about how we're able to help other people level up. Because to me, I think that is the most rewarding feeling at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah. So
I appreciate it. I just wanted to, you know, I not idolize y'all in a way, but, you know, I relate to y'all in a way. So it was just good to hear y'all viewpoint on that.
yeah,
I
no, we
appreciate that, man.
appreciate that a lot, you know, and we
Yeah.
appreciate, you know, what's been happening in these conversations in this community. I mean, this is the big part of why we've been doing this, is that we want to have this kind of dialogue, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. For real.
sure.
Definitely gave me the push. It's like, you know, it's like the push. It's just somebody to speak it with, for real, for real.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
that's,
go ahead.
gang.
No, I'm saying, go ahead.
No, I was to say, like, you know, that's the whole thing. Like, sometimes you know, you just need a little nudge. And like, I've been watching a lot of different things. I was watching something about like this young man who became the mayor of California, some city in California.
Mhm.
And, you know, he was just showing how, like, you know, it's a lot of poverty where he was born at. His dad is still in prison from when he was a little kid. And when I see like these type of things transpire, not that not that I necessarily want people to idolize me, but I want to use my platform to be a voice to kind of guide people, you know, because sometimes, you know, all we need is a little bit of a nudge, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, sometimes all you need is a little bit of a push for a person, you know. It might not be the person closest to you, it might be the person furthest from you, but if you can get that, you know, that nudge from either me or Kenya through our words and our actions, and you just go make it, or you just go make your life and your family's life better, then we doing our job, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, I feel, as a young Black man, and not just to my especially to my people, but not just to my people, I feel social responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I like having a platform that I do have, that I am obligated to give back in this type of way, you know, because it's in me. It's like, this genuinely comes from my mind and my heart. So it's like, this is what we do it for. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we helping you get by, you more than welcome to be on Free Throws every week.
Mm-hmm. We all need motivation and inspiration. You know what I'm saying? There's not a day that goes by, like, we're all human beings. Like, nobody's just up here riding a wave with no problems and always waking up feeling like they're ready to conquer the world. Like, we're humans, right? So we just got to make sure we stay connected to people who can keep us focused. And when we need that encouragement, you have a place to come and be encouraged. So
Exactly.
we went kind of quick today, and Wayno's gonna kill me. I'm gonna ask, can we, Marquise, if you really have a question, we'll come back to you super quick because we have time, but it's gotta be a quick question. I hate to.
Yeah, it's gotta be a quick question because the NBA started back today.
Oh, sorry, my fault. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I haven't even watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. What was the question? Oh, the question was, we were talking about tech and stuff, and I was gonna say, have you guys ever thought about having like Chameleonaire or like Dame Dash or one of them? Like, if I know they're like kind of like the only people from hip hop in like the tech industry, I don't know if they could like. I know Chameleonaire left and did like a bunch of like things in tech, and now he's like making waves and stuff. I don't know if you guys are like familiar with the stuff that he's like doing and things like that.
I'm not personally, but I do think there's definitely a lot in the tech space. I actually do a segment on a talk station in New York. It's called Cultivate. and it's basically about that. It's like a tech segment where it's about Black entrepreneurs and Black tech, Black people who are innovating in the tech space and how they're contributing to the culture. So I do need to I don't know enough, but I would, I mean, you know, I would be open to learning more about that. I think tech is important, especially for us, because I feel like we don't really have the recognition in that space as inventors. So I would love to see more of that happen for us, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
like,
if you had anything you wanted to say.
I mean, tech is always interesting. I'm not really, I mean, I didn't really, like, you didn't really ask a, like, really definitive question. You just, like, so what you mean, what we like to have them on free throws is what you were saying?
Yeah, or like to like share some of the information, because I know we talked about you talked about how like the Black people, we don't have our own Instagram and stuff, and I follow him a little bit, and I know how he like is working on like different. It's just that they don't teach us about coding and shit like that in school or college.
I mean, well, the thing is that there are schools that teach. My daughter started doing coding, and she's in college right now, but she started doing coding around like 6th or 7th grade.
Oh wow!
You know, there's definitely, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't want, sometimes when they say they, we kind of generalize and make a blanket statement as to everywhere, and everywhere doesn't apply to everyone. You know, like, there are tons of things that we can implement our youth into, that ourselves can get into. A lot of times we just don't look for it. Like, that is just that simple. Like, a lot of times we just don't look for it. It's like, you know, we're in our culture, everything is so instant and everything is so in front of my face. If it's not right here, if I can't get it right now, if it's not here today, I don't really care for tomorrow. It's a lot of people don't look down the line. I mean, there's tons of things and tons of ways to get into those spaces. We just don't really take the time and due diligence to get into that. Me personally, while I do feel like tech is a very important thing, I'm not into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really passionate or into that. One day I would like to learn about things like that, but like, I can't make myself like push something that, first of all, if I don't know about it, I can't speak on it. And then secondly, I would love to do it, but I have to find a space for me to say, all right, this is what I want to push. Right now, what I'm pushing is the people who aspire to do something. I'm trying to push not necessarily hope, but I'm trying to push like encouragement. That's my brand. My brand is purely about encouragement, self-awareness, self-esteem. It's about building yourself as a person. I'm still building myself. I'm still figuring out how to heal from past things and grow from past things. So it's like, I can't run that race and jump on the next track all because, you know, it could be beneficial for certain things. Like, I got to do one thing at a time. So that's the only reason why I haven't jumped onto that wave yet.
But to your point though, too, you know, Black inventors, there's a lot of Black inventors. I happen to be one of them. I'm working on an app that I'm going to put out, and I'm learning to, I don't know a lot about coding, but I'm learning a lot of different things in that space. So I understand exactly what Wayno's saying. I get what you're saying. And I think that this is definitely the place to, you know, learn, you know.
Yeah. And if, go ahead, get my phone.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, if you get any information on it, come back and share.
Yeah, like, I mean, for sure.
I'm 21, so and I'm now learning about this stuff, and I'm like, I wish I learned. I'm just mad that I didn't. I'm glad I'm not like ungrateful that I didn't. I'm just saying, I wish I knew about this type of stuff when I was in 7th grade, and then I could have been like, but I'm glad it's better late than never. So I'm not.
Listen, that's life. I have an 18-year-old, and I had a conversation. She's in college, and I had a conversation with her one time, and I'm telling her, you know, a lot of the things that I've learned about business, and I learned about branding and ownership and marketing and all of these different things that I want to help her understand. I'm just now learning in the past 3 years of my life, and I'm about to be 38 years old. So the thing is that there's never, Rayvon asked about success. There's no age limit on success, and there's no clock on the grind. You know what I mean? There's no clock on the grind. So don't think that because it hasn't happened yet that it's not going to happen.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You just got to be willing and willing to do the due diligence to put yourself in a position for that grind to maximize so that you can monetize off of it one day. But
Mhm.
it's all about information. That's why we come here every week, is to share information. There's been brothers that and sisters that's come on here that's given us information that we didn't know about. So, you know, that's what this whole free throw space is about. You know what I mean? And before we leave, I just want y'all to know, if there's anything that you felt like you learned, anything that you felt like, you know, was good or helped, just tell somebody else. That's it.
Mhm. And
Just
share.
tell somebody else. Just share. Just, yo, like, no different than a song. Yo, this song is fire. Listen to it. If you felt like you learned something today, Marquise, like,
Yeah.
hit your man up, hit your sister up, your brother, whomever, your cousin. Yo, you know, we've been trying to do that. Wayno and Kenya got something going on. You should sign up for it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I want to just I just wanted to make a little light of an observation I'm making about your room, Marquise. Do you have a case for your brushes on the wall? Like, that is crazy. This brother got brushes up there.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm I ain't gonna lie.
that's crazy.
I'm a different type of nigga. I just want to know I'm different.
Well, listen, you know what? That could be some sort of an invention, because you have one. I'm sure there's a bunch of other people that want one.
Right. But yo, thank you all of y'all for coming on. I appreciate all of y'all, man.
Yeah.
Peace. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. Stay safe. You know what I mean? And stay honest.
Peace, y'all. Take care.
Thank you, Wayno. Thank you, Kenya.
No problem, y'all. Peace.
You're welcome.
Peace, everybody.